Lucha Reyes, the voice and the smile of criolla music. The Peruvian singer known as La Morena de Oro, the golden dark-skinned woman, popularized a style of music that deeply moved anyone who listened to her song due to her heart-wrenching interpretation. Lucha Reyes had a life full of hardship and suffering, coming from a very humble background. She grew up with 15 siblings. At the death of her father during her childhood was the first blow in her life, followed by the mistreatment from the stepfather, a fire that destroyed her home. In this video, I invite you to learn more about the life of one of the most important and famous singers in criolla music. Despite all the suffering that Lucha Reyes endured throughout her life, her smile never left her face. Possibly, another painful event at that time later helped her become the loving and caring person she always was. Due to the family's dire economic situation, she was sent to the convent of Nuestra Señora de la Caridad del Buen Pastor, Our Lady of Charity of the Good Shepherd, run by the Franciscan nuns, where she received basic schooling, but most importantly, she was taught values that would accompany her in life. She remained to the most humble and developed a worldview centered on helping others. Lucha Reyes had a powerful and unique voice, but the discovery of her talent was accidental and casual. While working as a dishwasher in a criollo club, she was noticed, and from there, she trumped on the radio, with songs composed for her that touched the hearts of Peruvians across borders. She popularized música criolla, a musical style that fuses Afro-Peruvian and Indian rhythms, expressing the emotion of the most humble population. Although she died very young at 37 years old, she became an icon of música criolla. Lucila Justina Salcines Reyes de Henry, as she was named, was born in Lima, Peru on July 19, 1936. Her very humble family was composed of her parents and 15 siblings. When she was 6 years old, her father passed away, and the man who then became part of her mother's life mistreated her physically and emotionally. Shortly afterward, a candle caused a fire in their family home, forcing them to relocate to another area of Lima known as the Cradle of Música Criolla, which undoubtedly shaped the future of young Lucha Reyes. Thanks to the Franciscan nuns, she received basic education to survive on her own. At her 60, she married a sergeant of the Peruvian National Police. However, the marriage was short-lived due to continuing episodes of violence. From that union, her two sons, Humberto and Alejandro, were born. Despite the pain that accompanied much of her life, she later had a second relationship and with her grown children went on to raise a little girl. Young Lucha Reyes tried to support her family by selling newspapers, washing clothes, and working long hours in the kitchens of various restaurants. There, she often delivered dishes while singing, attending to distract herself from the sorrow that surrounded her. It was during this time that her talent was discovered while working in criollo clubs. At just 20 years old, Lucha Reyes participated in an amateur singer program on the popular Radio Victoria called El Sentir de los Barrios, the feeling of the neighborhoods, where she achieved overwhelming success. At that moment, it seems like her life was turning around, leaving behind hardship and suffering for success and financial stability. However, that would still have to wait. As her health began to decline, medical tests revealed that she suffered from emotional diabetes and tuberculosis, required her to undergo continuous testing and spend long periods hospitalized. In 1960, she resumed her budding artistic career and never abandoned it again. She trumped her with the valse Abandonada, Abandoned. At that time, a talent scout incorporated her into the famous Peña Ferrando, and she began traveling to another cities, performing imitations of Celia Cruz, Olga Correns, Doña La Negra, and Zelina Gonzalez. Before her death, Lucha Reyes left her mark with distinctive identity, wearing multicolored wings that she matched with various styles. Her incredible musical legacy remains unforgettable in every corner of Peru and, of course, in the world.